What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to some more Littleroot lettering. So, we're playing some more Octillery this week. Hopefully we can do a little better than what we did on Tuesday. Hopefully we can actually get on the scoreboard. So let's just get to it today. If you want a more in-depth breakdown of the team, make sure you check out Tuesday's video. And let's see what we can do. Hopefully we can actually get on the scoreboard. That would be ideal. You know, I've had really good luck with this team on Showdown, and then ever since I started playing it on Cart, it has just not gone particularly well for me, but it's all right. I genuinely enjoy this team. I really like Stack Attack. I really like Defiant Thunderous. I think it's very, very useful in Series 9. Maybe not so much in Series 10, but... and Octillery is just such a fun Pokemon that people just do not anticipate it to do its thing, and when it gets to do its thing, it's so fun. It's so good. So hopefully we can actually get to show off some of these pieces to the team today, and you know, if we get back up to Great Ball 9, that'd be cool. If we get to Ultra Ball, that'd be better. I don't know if we can actually accomplish that today, but Great Ball 9 would be cool. Opponents, I would like to play today. Please? Man, I don't know what the deal is, but I've had a very, very hard time getting paired up in the last couple matches I've played. Ooh, this is interesting. So we have Ninetales Charizard, Leafeon, which has Chlorophyll. We have Urshifu, Chandelure, and Whimsicott. Really interesting team here from our opponent. Gotta say, I am a fan. I think this is just going to be like Whimsicott, Thunderous up front. Octillery, like I really like it, seeing how they have 3 fire types, but I'm not entirely convinced that it's the best play here for us. I'm thinking Cinderace is pretty okay, seeing how they have multiple grass types for us to beat up. They have an Urshifu that we can kick. And I don't particularly like Stack Attack. Maybe it is just Octillery. Yeah, sure, let's do it. We're going to bring the Octopi, and eventually it's going to work. That's the goal, right? So, this is probably going to be Ninetales Charizard as a lead. And hopefully we don't see Whimsicott as a lead. If they go for Whimsicott, it's probably Tailwind plus Sunny Day. Is Ninetales Charizard. Okay, I'm pretty okay with this because we can just go for Tailwind plus Lightning into Zard. And that's going to do a significant chunk to him. Probably not enough to pick up a KO, but enough that it's definitely going to hurt. I know Zard does not particularly care for Eliki, and obviously, Thunderous is no Eliki, but it does hit pretty hard when it gets to do its thing. I'm hoping they just target down my Whimsicott, and then I get a free switch into Octillery, and then we can go for Airstream plus Water Spout next turn, and just pick up a double KO. That would be pretty ideal here. But of course, there's our Max Thunderous. Flexing on him as he does. Is our opponent Max here? I can't imagine they don't, right? Yep, there's the Max from the Zard. Which is good because we already outspeeded, so even if they do go for Airstream here, we're just going to match it and we'll still outspeed them. So now we're going to be ultra super mega fast with Tailwind plus Airstream. This might... I mean, we're going for Lightning this turn, so we are going to still be faster than them next turn, thanks to Tailwind, so even if this doesn't KO. Not quite. Solar Power will take them out. So that's cool. We effectively have taken away our opponent's Dynamax. They're going to still get an attack off, which is kind of unfortunate. This means that... Ooh, that is a good chunk. We might both be playing without our Dynamaxes. Yeah. So they pick up the double here. But they also lose Charizard to Sun. But we still have Tailwind up. So Octillery kind of looking hot here. Gonna be able to come in and Water Spout a nine-tailed fox here is what my guess is. We have Cinderace here too, so I actually feel pretty okay about this. Granted, both of our Dynamaxes are over. I actually expected that Zard not to take that Lightning, but I also expected Thundurus to be able to take the Wildfire a little better than it did, but shows you the power of... it wasn't even Life Orb, I don't think. Ooh, that's kind of annoying. I am going to lock into Water Spout, and I am just going to go for a Pyro Ball into this Leafeon to try to pick up the KO on it. It is Sun boosted, and we do still have Tailwind up, so we're going to be faster than it. Leafeon not particularly fast, even with Chlorophyll. I believe it's base 90? What is Leafeon's base speed? Base 95. Interesting. And even with Tailwind, Octillery is still not that fast. I'm going to need a good Moody boost here. I mean, 50% to a Ninetales ain't bad. Unfortunately, we're locked into Water Spout, so this is actually probably one of the reasons locking into Water Spout is not the best, and we should have locked into... I mean, we've had really good luck with our boosts. I could just go for... I think it's correct to knock out this Leafeon. Because... now that we have the +2 to special defense, we should be able to live another Heat Wave with Octillery. I don't think... I think we're too far behind with them protecting that turn. I think had we targeted on the Ninetales, we were in this game. And I think locking into Water Spout was also not ideal. I expected Octillery to be able to outspeed Ninetales, but not quite. Ninetales, max speed... is 167. So yeah, it is still faster than Octillery. My Octillery is spec'd to be at +1. We outspeed Dracopults. We get to 216 at +1, I believe. So Heat Wave is going to pick up the Cinderace, which is really annoying because now it's a very damaged Octillery versus whatever they have in the back in the sun locked into... Oh yeah, Ninetales doesn't even go down. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Alright, Octillery, you tried your best, buddy. Speed? Special attack? That's unfortunate. It's not going to be enough, unfortunately. Because we're still dead to Wildfire this next turn. I think we needed exactly speed there, and I still don't think it would have been enough. Yeah, they even had Chandelure, so like... This is definitely a game for Octillery to be able to come in and do its thing, but I think had we locked into Scald, I think the play we needed to make was take out the Ninetales that turn, anticipating the Protect from the Leafeon, and then Octillery is basically still at full HP, and then we get locked into Scald, or probably Scald. Just so we're not dealing with like Blizzard miss chances. And then Cinderace is able to pick up the KO on the Leafeon. Chandelure, I believe, is still faster than us. Chandelure is a base 80, which should outspeed us, right? We do 252 plus speed is 145, so actually no, we actually outspeed the Chandelure. Because we get to... No, we get to 142. No, 152. Yeah. So yeah, we actually would have outsped the... Oh, it's Choice Scarf. Never mind. LOL, JK. Choice Scarf Chandelure. What a world we live in. Is Life Orb Leafeon. Something I've played my fair share of in Draft League. Oh, it was even Choice Specs Ninetales. Interesting. That explains why it did so much. Like, it's also Charcoal on the Charizard coming off of Overheat. Yeah, that does a lot. Who knew? So maybe... I think the play there was we can ignore the Zard, target on the Ninetales. Because, like, I mean, you can anticipate Focus Sash on Ninetales, and then you have, like, Mental Herb or Eject Button on Whimsicott on their team. But I definitely didn't expect Choice Scarf. So we have Whimsicott, Grimmsnarl, Metagross, Urshifu, Drago, Kartana. Man, we have seen 0 Intimidators in, what, 6 battles now? 5 battles? I really like Amoonguss Stakateka. I think going slow this game is probably our best bet. If this is... And then I like Octillery. And I think I like Cinderace the most, just so we have more checks to Metagross and Kartana. Thundurus doesn't seem particularly great. We have Stakateka to be able to deal with Grimmsnarl. Yeah, I think Cinderace lines up the best here. Whimsicott, of course, we can't charm the Metagross or the Grimmsnarl. Potentially the Urshifu. It's probably Water Urshifu, actually looking at their team. Just as they have, like, potential fire switches for Metagross, Whimsicott, and Kartana. This is probably Waterfu. And if so... we definitely need to be able to deal with it with Stakateka, so let's see what our opponent's bringing here. We're going to try to get Trick Room up, and if it is Waterfu, then we have Amoonguss and Octillery who can both deal with it, so it's Regidrago, Whimsicott. It's going to be Fake Tears. Fake Tears Dragon Energy is what this reads. So we are going to... We'll Rage Powder. Amoonguss is probably going down this turn. Could also be Taunt on the Whimsicott. But this screams Rage Powder. Or, oh, they're gonna Tailwind? Oh, okay. We're fine. We're fine. See, we're fine, guys. So now we can Spore the Regidrago. And we can... I really like Gyro Ball instead of maxing here. I mean, what do we get if we max? We get a defense boost, which could line up really well against the Metagross. Also could horsepower into... I mean, we could Quake the... I actually really like Quaking the Whimsicott slot because this breaks a potential Sash. And it plays around the switches to, like, Metagross in the back. They're going to switch out Regidrago. They are going to bring out Metagross here, so going for the Steel Spike might have been fine. But now Metagross is going to take a nap, so I'm pretty okay with that too. They're staying in with Whimsicott. I wonder if this is Charm. They also could be, like, reverse Trick Room. Oh, taunt onto my Amoonguss. That's also fine. That's fine. Not the end of the world. Because now I break a potential Sash. I can Steel Spike that slot next turn and switch Amoonguss out to get Recovery and go into Octillery. Oh, it's even Eject Button. Oh, so now we can actually stay in. I wonder if this is Drago coming back in. No, that's Urshifu. And it's even Dark Urshifu. Well, this is interesting, because now I can Sludge Bomb the Urshifu. This is 100% Sash Urshifu, isn't it? And we'll Steel Spike into it. They're going to max Metagross here and probably go for... Probably Quake into my Amoonguss, right? I mean, they could Quake into... they could Quake my Stakataka. We don't have any defense boost currently. Unfortunately, this is probably Sash on the Urshifu, so that means we aren't going to get double defense boost here. Because the Sludge Bomb is going to potentially pick up the KO. They could detect with Urshifu. That is definitely a play they can make here. Of course, they are going to max the Metagross. Not surprised by that. And once we get to +1, hopefully we can live a Quake into Amoonguss. Yep, there's the detect. Oh, it's actually Sucker Punch. Oh! I mean, they just get played if we switch. I don't know if I agree with that play, opponent. I mean, it worked, but... And they're going to trigger my policy here, which is actually really great for us. Because now they Sucker Punch me. They should Sucker Punch my Stakataka, I would think. And here I can bring in... I'm going to bring in Octillery first because I want to be able to keep... the Cinderace for when Metagross is not Dynamaxed. We're going to lock into Blizzard here. And we will go for another Steel Spike into the Urshifu to pick up the KO on it. I think even through Protect, we pick up the KO on the Urshifu. It's close. Sucker Punch should not be enough. It is not. We get the Steel Spike off. Blizzard Freeze into the Metagross would be huge. If we could somehow get that. Because now we're at +1. We're at +1 defense on the Octillery. We're at +3 defense on Stakataka. +1 special defense. We actually missed the Blizzard. And this is going to hopefully be Quake into... Oh, they're just ignoring my Stakataka. Interesting. A special attack? Oh, speed? Okay, defense is also fine. We're back to neutral on defense. I actually think Moody is really interesting in Dynamax formats just because you can get so many random boosts. This is 100% protect from the Drago, right? I'm just going to click Rock Slide here. I don't want to trigger a policy on Metagross. Yeah, they're going to protect. That means they're not Specs. They're not Scarf. And if they want to take my Stakataka out this turn, then that means I get to bring in... we get to bring in Cinderace unopposed. Freeze? No freeze. Was that me who dropped? No? Did we finally get a win with the team? I mean, they get a special defense boost here on Stakataka. I mean, on Regidrago. But Trick Room is now over, and we would get to bring in Cinderace here. And we actually get the speed boost. Interesting. Really, really interesting. That game, I don't think was over. Like, obviously, we get to bring back in... we get to bring in Cinderace there. And Cinderace kind of does a lot in that endgame, I would think. Between... we get to Pyro Ball the Metagross, and we're locked into Blizzard on Octillery outside of Trick Room at that point. at +2 speed, +2 special attack. So I feel like Octillery actually would have taken away that game. But obviously, a win's a win, so I will take it. But I'm not convinced that we would have won that game. But I think we're in a good position, but I don't think we were winning. All right. Game number 3, I believe. Yes, game number 3. We have Raichu, Feeny, Rillaboom, Celesteela, Entei, and Lando. Well, I think they see Stakataka, and therefore they are going to be scared and need to bring Lando. So Thundurus is actually really appealing. Thundurus also means that they want to bring Raichu so that they can protect their Celesteela and Feeny. So I think Thundurus is actually really appealing. I really like Cinderace as well. I think both of these on the lead is pretty good. I like Amoonguss Stakataka, I think, in this endgame. I think with Rillaboom and Raichu on their team, it makes it where Octillery is not very appealing, even though they also have, like, the fact that they have 2 answers they have 2 counters to Octillery, and they have, like, multiple checks with Feeny and Celesteela, so that we just actually can't do a lot of damage, and they only have, like, 2 things that are potentially countered by Octillery, depending on how they're built with Entei and Landorus here, so end of the day, I don't think this is an Octopi game, and that makes me sad. But not every game can be, unfortunately. So let's get into game number 3 today, see what we can do. See if we can get pulled back into Great Ball 9 to end the day. I'd be pretty okay with that. I would be pretty okay with that. So we have Celesteela Raichu up front here. This seems fine. I think this means I want to Dynamax Cinderace, and we can go for Superpower into Raichu. Could also just switch out Thundurus into like Amoonguss here, or Stakataka. I think Stakataka is actually probably the play because we resist all the hits here, and then we will go for a Pyro Ball into Celesteela here, and just ignore the Raichu for a minute. So they're staying in with both of their Mons, which is good for Cinderace. Unfortunately, this actually kind of gets played if they switch into Landorus this next turn to intimidate our Cinderace and our Stakataka, actually. But more importantly, not our Thundurus. And they are going to Dynamax the Celesteela. This is definitely offensive Celesteela if they're going to commit their Dynamax here to it. Probably Assault Vest. Hopefully not Weakness Policy. It's kind of where I'm at, is I'm hoping it's not Weakness Policy. But let's find out together. They're going to Electro Web. Opponent, you know I had a Thundurus on the field, right? LOL, sit down. Oh man, when Cinderace is good, it is great. It's so good. I've talked to Poppy a lot about this, and he wants to play Cinderace in Series 10, and I'm not convinced that it is actually going to be powerful enough, but I think it is worth looking into to some degree. We're going to get their Intimidate off here. I think the play this turn is I'm actually going to click Trick Room, and I'm going to Max Guard my Cinderace. I think this actually sets us up to be in an okay position. Hopefully, Stakataka can live this hit. Because I think Landorus is going to be faster than Cinderace at -1. So let's find out here. Helping Hand. Yeah, this is definitely Earthquake coming out, isn't it? Which, if that's the case, I'm pretty okay, because next turn, if Landorus is faster, my Cinderace is normal type. So it's not going to take super effective damage from, evidently, Rock Slide. But Stack Attack, I should take that. Like a champ, it takes it. Oh no, we flinched. That's actually pretty bad. We're also at -1. I'm going to switch into Amoonguss here. And I'm going to Fireball into the Landorus here. I think at -1 with Life Orb, we should do a significant chunk. Yep, they're going to click Helping Hand again. And it's just another Rock Slide. Cinderace takes out like a champ, and Fireball is going to do approximately 1,000,000,000%. Pretty dang close. Pretty dang close. So I think the play this turn is I'm going to Spore the Raichu, and I'm going to Sucker Punch the Landorus to pick up the KO on it. Like, where's your speed control now? Actually, going for Double Edge that turn would have been pretty great, because then we lower the Raichu's speed so that Cinderace may outspeed it in this endgame. It actually looks like they're going to go for an Electro Web here. Yep. That's pretty okay. Cinderace still holds on. Unfortunately, they drop our speed, which is literally whatever. But Raichu should be taking a nap. Good night. And because we have Rage Powder here on our Amoonguss, Cinderace should be free to attack whatever they bring in next to Raichu. It's going to be Rillaboom. That's really annoying, actually. But this is actually kind of okay, because I can Sludge Bomb the Rillaboom and protect my Cinderace this turn. And then next turn, I can go for Sludge Bomb plus Sucker Punch, and that should be enough to pick up the Rillaboom between 2 Sludge Bombs and a Sucker Punch. I think it should be. Wonder if they fake out into my Amoonguss this turn. No, they're just going to Grassy Glide my Cinderace. Raichu's still taking a nap. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Amoonguss has got this. I feel pretty okay about this game. Because Rillaboom is still under half, so Sludge Bomb should be enough for a KO. And Sucker Punch is just to ensure this KO. Oh, they're actually faster than my Cinderace. How fast of a Rillaboom are you? Raichu's going to wake up, go for Electro Web here. That's probably its only damaging move, isn't it? Rillaboom down. Now it's a 3v1 versus Raichu, who looks really tired. Does that look like that to anyone else, or does Raichu look really tired? That's 2 DCs today, and I am pretty okay with that. So after a pretty rough Tuesday, Thursday we got to pull out the 2-1 today, and I feel pretty okay about that. A little bit of a redemption arc here with the octopus, and we'll throw up this rental code one more time. Check it out while it's still available. Huge shout outs to Poppy once again for putting this together for me, and I think that's going to be it for today, everyone. Have a fantastic day, and we'll be back Saturday with some more Littleroot laddering. Have a good one. Peace.